down, Storm. Get down. Hi, my beautiful souls. I had to take some of that jewelry and stuff off, and I hope you guys can hear me. Um, I had to take some jewelry off. Um, I had to eat. um, so I want to talk about today's October 13th, 2025. Okay. Yes, Storm. I want to look at some energy. Yes. I know. Life is so hard for a cat. Life is so hard for a cat. I'm waiting for this to load, you guys. Um, somebody asked me to do a reading on the smiley face killer or killers. I want to just talk about this one girl, and then um, I will probably be tomorrow is my another year around the earth, the sun, the real sun. Um, so I won't be on tomorrow, okay? Um, I don't know, it might be on, it may not be. I want to channel some energy. I've been channeling some energy. Um, I still haven't made my oils. I have to make a necklace for one of my indigenous sisters. This is taking forever. It's like your internet is my internet is obviously working, my friends. It's working. So what is going on? I hope everybody's doing well wherever you're at. So I just want to talk about this one girl. And then I want to actually do a remote viewing session. On the smiley face killer. Are you on Zang? What's Zang? What is that, comedian? What is that? I've been pulling the energy from the smiley face killer, but I want to talk about this other girl, okay? But I think this other girl, um, maybe I should talk about this other girl because the smiley face killer, I want to remote view this energy, and I'm already picking up something from this energy. I have been for a couple days now. Okay, I want to talk about this girl that's in Scotland. She's an African American girl. I don't know if her parents are American. Her mom was giving me Haitian. or Caribbean. Last night to you from Barry. So I want to talk about this. This is so bizarre. Okay. Um. So I want to talk about. I hope I'm saying her name right. Okay. Kyra or Kyra Taylor. Okay. I don't know why I'm getting like her parents are from the Caribbean. She went missing from Texas. Okay, there's a lot of strange shit going on, you guys. Okay. I did a reading on those men that are going missing in Texas. If you go back, go back. I said there's a serial killer in Texas. A serial killer. And the serial killer is targeting men. Hey. In Texas. Okay. And the serial killer is targeting men. So if you're a man, be careful. So I'm going two ways, okay? I want to talk about her. Her ancestors are pulling me over here, and then being pulled over here, okay? I did a reading on those men that are going missing in Texas, okay? And they're being found, I think, in the body of water. And then I also want to talk about her, okay? So so I don't want to cut this off and then. But I did do a reading. It's very interesting about serial killers. I'm doing good. Thank you. So, okay, I want to talk about this girl. So, Kyra Tiller, she's in Scotland or something, and she was a missing girl. And I don't know why I'm picking up. She's missing from Texas. She entered the UK on a 6-month tourist visa. And she's in some kind of cult. Okay, it's fucking bizarre. Okay, and I was looking at the pictures, and what I was picking up with the pictures energetically, is that it's a polygamous cult. It's a false cult. The man is actually like I think he's African or something. But her background is very interesting because with her background, I was pulling like Caribbean. So I don't know if she's Trinidadian, she's Haitian. I don't feel like she's American. She might be American, okay? I'm surprised that when she entered the UK, so let's talk about her because this is on the New York Times, okay? This was posted in August of 2023 of 2025. So let's talk about her and then let's talk about serial killers because we're in the month of October, okay? October is a lot of pagan holidays, okay? Hey, so okay, so she's in the Scottish Highlands. I'm just gonna read this off the New York Times or New York Post about this girl that went missing. Thank God that her mother found her, but is she in a cult? Okay. And I watched the video and they were served some kind of papers. There is her, another woman, and some African man. Okay, I think he's African. He's African descent. And he calls himself a king or something. He's a lost African. Oh, man. So, but what's interesting is how the hell did she get over there? How did she meet him? So let's stay on this and then we'll do a reading on serial killers in general and smiley face killer, okay? Because I want to remote view this energy. I want to like remote view it, like see it, okay? And I know it's gonna be hard for me to see because not that it's gonna be hard for me to see, it's things I'm not gonna want to see, but I need to see, okay? So to give you the reading, okay? So I want to remote view that energy, okay? And I know that I have to be prepared mentally, spiritually, and physically to remote these serial killers out here because I see a pattern with these serial killers. I see a pattern. Okay, a pattern, my friends. A pattern. Okay. And I did a reading on those missing Texas men, and they are dealing with a serial killer. I think there's a connection with, and I'm going to get back to her. I have ADHD, okay? So I think there's a connection with fishing and boats. Fishing and boats, okay? And this is the men that are going missing in Texas, okay? There is a serial killer, okay, amongst the people, okay, and he's targeting men. Now, why is he targeting men? I feel like something to do with his sexuality, but I also feel like something else, okay? You can go actually watch that video. I did post that video. But I'm seeing a pattern with serial killers, you guys, okay? And you guys are going to be shocked when I'm going to tell you, okay? And you're going to be like, Jen, no, this can't be true. But it is true. I feel like there's some truth there, okay? And I'm seeing a pattern, okay, with them, okay? And the one pattern that I am seeing with serial killers is some kind of mind, something in their mind, okay? Obviously their mind can't be right if they're out here, taking people's life, okay? But let's stay on her energy, okay? And then I'm going to remote view that energy. But if you want to go to my readings I did on, if you want to go to my readings, I'll call you. Hold on, I'm sorry, guys. If you want to go to my readings I did on a serial killer in Texas, I did it probably, it's been a year or less than a year. And I do want to do a psychic reading on the smiley face killer. So let's talk about this missing girl. She went missing from Texas. She's in this bizarre situation. African tribe in Scotland, growing concern breaks our hearts. But my thing is, this is not a tribe, okay? The family of missing Texas woman found living with a lost African tribe in Scotland Highlands fears she has been manipulated by the king and queen. And she has. You guys, I was looking at photos and then I watched an interview, okay? There's something that she says in the interview that should throw red flags, okay? She says, I'm not a child. She says, I am not a child. So that tells you there that she's in a servitude slave position. Now, if you don't think this stuff is going on, this stuff is going on in real time, okay? Where women are taken in and people have marriages, like a husband and wife, and they take on another woman. These leaders of these tribes capture these innocents. Yes, and it's not really a tribe, it's 3 people. They're a joke. They're a joke. Okay, they're a joke. But am I concerned for her mental? Yes. Am I concerned because if you see in all the photos, she's battling. It's like, it kind of reminds me of a reading I did where I seen people that had contracts, right? So they would be given to families, right? It would be a girl or a boy, whatever their preference was. And they would use this person for different things, okay? So the family of the missing teen woman found living with a lost African tribe in Scottish Highlands fears she has been manipulated by the king and queen. So the guy's calling himself the king and the woman's calling herself the freaking queen, okay? And are growing concerns over her well-being, okay? And they should have, legally I guess she's of age. So let me continue reading because I don't know a lot of backstory about this. But I'm looking at the photos and it's just like, she's bowing and she's sitting on the ground, okay? She's never sitting on a chair. She's sitting on the ground, okay? So this tells me I'm going to get to this. So her name is, I hope I'm saying her name right, you guys. I'm so bad with names. Kyra Taylor, who now goes by Santanat Lady Safa, has been living in the kingdom of Kabbalah, a claimed section of the forest in Jadeburg, Scotland, with her husband and wife duel, King Athene and Queen Nadine. I'm sorry, guys. This is not funny. Tyler, a single mother to a 1 year old. She has a 1 year old. A 1 year old. I'm picking up a son. Does anybody know? She's a single mother to a 1 year old that's left in Texas. What mother is going to leave their child? On May 25th, she entered the UK on a 6-month tourist visa, keeping her connection with the tribe hidden from her relatives. So did she meet this man and this woman in Texas? Okay, because she came from Texas. She has a child out here. Is it a boy? Does anybody know? So she has a child. She goes to the UK. From the UK, she goes to Scotland. Now, how does she even meet these people? Okay, and she hid this from her relatives. But this is a form of brainwashing, my friends. Okay. She went missing in May, but she wasn't missing at all. She wasn't. They're saying she went missing, but she wasn't missing at all. She wasn't, because she's found. She's in Scotland, but she's still a missing person. Okay. Yes, and I think her mother found them. Her mother, I think they found her on social media, because this guy was pretending to be a king. So just imagine if this wasn't televised or captured. This mother wouldn't know where her daughter is. Okay, this is bizarre. This is for entertainment purposes. Okay, so she went missing in May, but she wasn't missing at all. She was left to go live with these people. So listen to this. Listen to this. But she wasn't missing at all. She left to go live with these people. So she went with this occult. Normally, when you think of a cult, you think of 12 or more people. Okay, this is polygamy, because you have 2 women and 1 man. But I'm really concerned because I'm getting like servitude, and I'm getting a disturbing kind of servitude. Okay, like slave energy. Okay. Taylor's aunt Vendora Skinner told The Independent, "It is very stressful and difficult. It breaks my heart. We're overly concerned about Kaura. I hope I'm saying her name right. But she doesn't think anyone is concerned about her." Her other aunt, Tara Allen, told the outlets. So distraught relatives discovered the 21-year-old. So she's 21 years old. So she's a legal adult. But I wonder how old she was when she went missing. Distraught relatives discovered the 21-year-old's secret life only after she disappeared, and left them cryptic message. So she was leaving them cryptic messages. So that means she can't freely say what she wants to say. This is bizarre. Okay. Saying she and her daughter. She disappeared and left them cryptic message saying she and her daughter had to get out and explore a bit. So she has a daughter. And I think I said son. Okay. Allen revealed her niece's childhood was very shattered and protected. I was getting that. So I feel like there's things that in her childhood she was sheltered and protected. So this is kind of naive type energy. Okay. So she was very easily influenced. Okay. She was brought up in a church, but not their religion. Now, not this. Okay, now not this thing that they are going on. A bunch of hogwash. Allen told the outlet. Taylor was living with Skinner when she connected with the Kingdom in 2023, allegedly discovering the Facebook group, the Kingdom of Kabbalah, through a high school classmate. So one of her friends found her. So if you look in this picture, there's a picture of her bending down. And the queen is standing up and he has his hands like this. Okay? Bizarre. Okay? I don't know if he's African or something like that. Somebody says hands made or something like that. It's weird energy. And she's serving, but she can't even look him in the eyes. She can't look him in the eyes. If you look at all the photos, she's not looking at him in the eyes at one time. And he is African. That's what I thought. So he's an opera singer from Guyana, and his wife and mother. Okay, so the single mother began talking with King. I'm going to call him King, okay? But he's not a king. He's a something else. He's not a king, my friends. Okay, it took me right out. Okay, so his real name is Coffee, a opera singer from Guyana. So he's an opera singer from Guyana, and his wife and mother of 7. Okay, so that's his wife. That woman there is legally his wife. So they took on another woman. Tyler, who serves as queen. Okay, so Tyler, who serves as the queen, handsmaid, claims she escaped Texas because of her abusive family. So she's saying her family was abusive. She says, yes, I'm very happy with my king and queen. I was never missing. I fled a very abusive, toxic family who abused me. And yes. And this is where I was going. She was abused as a child. And the family knew. She says, I fled a very abusive, toxic family who abused me, since I was a child. So you don't go missing to your abusers. Tyler said in a Facebook page on August 20th. So she was being abused, in that kind of way. Okay? This is very disturbing, my friends. So I don't think people should be making fun of her. I think people need to be helping this girl. Okay? This is bizarre. Okay, so the kingdom claims to be part of a lost Hebrew tribe who returned to Scotland to reclaim the land their ancestors have stolen from over 400 years ago when Queen Elizabeth deported all black people. Okay, whatever. Okay, so she was abused. I do get that from a family member, and that's what I was picking up. She kept this secret hidden from her family. So she's saying the family didn't know about her being abused. Taylor attempted to relocate to the land of the 40 miles in Scotland. Storm, behave. So they're saying, the Scottish people are saying they're doing ungodly rituals, according to the Independent News. She kept the secret hidden from her family back home until she disappeared. Okay? So is this kind of some kind of Stockholm syndrome? Yes. She said she would have to call when she got connection to Wi-Fi, but then I've never heard from her again. Okay? This is a family member saying this. This is bizarre. Okay? Very bizarre. And if you look at all the photos, there's no eye contact she's making with this man. It's bizarre. And she's bound to him. She's sitting on the ground. So they took her in as a slave. This is a cult, my friends, okay? A cult. And she was taken in as a slave. And this is a S6 slave, okay? I want to know if her family knew that she was from a family member, because she said that her family member touched her, okay, for entertainment purposes. So there's some trauma there, okay? Unhealed trauma for this girl to run and to be manipulated. And they said because she was sheltered and stuff like that. Now they are concerned about her, so that card definitely came out concerned about Kaura. I hope I'm saying her name right. And I'm also getting that 33. So when we look at 33, we think of like a cult, some kind of a cult. Polygamy is, yes, a polygamous, a cult, but they're a joke, okay? They're a joke. He's not a king, that woman's not a queen, and they're using this girl, okay? So I wouldn't make fun of her. I would be like, this girl needs help, like for real, okay? To, and I don't see no children. Where's the children at? And if you look at the picture, she's bowing down. She's sitting on the ground. It's bizarre energy. Okay, so I want to know how she got to the UK. She got there from that man. Okay, that man lured her out. Okay, so that man lured her out, and that's how she wound up going to the UK. So she met the man, the guy that's calling himself a king. He's not a king. He's a bum. Okay, he's a manipulator. He's the one that lured her out. It wasn't the female. It was him. But the female knew what he was doing. Okay, and they were looking. I feel like they were looking, and they found where they ran into her, Kaura. How did they run into Kaura? How did they run into her? So this is interesting though with this 33, and I think they said he's an opera singer. Okay, so this is kind of worrisome in a way because. And then there's a picture of her that she's holding the Holy Bible in the woods, but it's weird. It's really weird. Okay, so concern and this male, and she would be the main female. So this is a couple. So she's acting as his other wife, but she's not getting the same treatment as the first wife. So is this a cult type stuff? Is this like slave servitude type energy? Yes. And I would be concerned. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the card behind it. There's a lot of despair. This girl has a lot of despair, my friends. Okay, despair. So she's in despair. Okay, she's in despair. She may put on the front like everything's okay, but it's not okay. It is not okay. This energy is not okay. Not okay at all. Okay, Kaura's energy is not okay. She can say it's okay, and I wouldn't say she was just lured out by the man because I'm gonna get there. It's gonna get me there. But she met the man first. Now they could have met at her workplace or something like that. And she was an easy target. I don't want to look no more at that energy. So they did go on a journey together. All of them went on a journey. Okay. And you see the little English hats. Okay, it's bizarre energy. Bizarre. Okay, bizarre. So they definitely went on a journey. They're definitely, if you would say, a couple, but she's being treated more like a slave. Okay, and this is really this energy bothers me. So I wouldn't make fun of her because she needs help. Okay, she needs to get out. Okay, this is kind of like get out, but in another way of kind of get out, where she's trapped. Okay, I'm getting trapped energy here. Okay, and I wasn't going to do a video on this, but I am. So I wouldn't make fun of her. She's very fragile, and she has traveled distant horizons. Okay, I don't know where she's at right now, but we can look into that energy. So obviously, yeah, she did travel by plane. Because if you look at the distant horizon, yes, it's like trafficking. Yes, and that card's going to come out. And she did travel by air. So she's a missing person. When they picked that up, because she had to leave the United States to get to the UK. Okay, so she wasn't in the system, I guess, because she was a adult, but still, she was still a missing person. So I find that kind of weird. Now they said he's an opera singer. Okay, who paid for her fare? I feel like I need to go to this. The couple paid for her fare. So the married couple, the guy and the woman, paid for her fare to get to from Texas to the UK to Scotland. They paid for it. The king and queen paid for her fare for her to get over there. And she traveled by plane. This boat is up in the air. Look. That's what I'm hey, that's where I'm going to get at with the money. Cuz I'm like they're living in the woods. They're bringing all this attention to themselves. Okay? They could have just got a house and kept this on the hushy hush. Okay? Hey Karen. It's crazy. So that couple paid for her to go to Texas to the UK to Scotland. And do I feel like she's a trafficking victim? Yes. And I think we need to start looking at this case as a trafficking case. A human trafficking case. Okay? Because this is a human trafficking case. Okay? So there's a message, okay, a message that, and that makes sense. She sent a message out to her family. Okay? The police know. Okay? It's bizarre. I'm just waiting to get that toll and labor. Once I get that toll and labor, I already know this is a trafficking case. Okay? And she's sitting on the ground. She's bowing to him. And she's not even looking him in the eyes. Could somebody from the United States travel with her to... could someone from the United States travel with her to the UK? Well, what I'm getting so far, right, just with this energy, is that she met the man first, okay? This is what I'm getting off. She met the man first, right? So he lured her in, okay? The man. And this will be her, okay? Kaura, this will be her energy, okay? So he lured her in. He brought her in, okay? Now, they're saying, is he an opera singer or something? Because that's what they're saying. I'm like, if you're an opera singer, you would have money. He's from Guyana, okay? And then the next card was out was despair. So she wasn't happy in her home life. She wasn't happy. Did she go through what she went through? I believe she did. I believe she did. And I was getting that before I even started this reach. Something in her home. And it's going to come out. The home card is going to come out, my friends. So I don't know if her family knew. That's what I need to find out. If her family knew. So then we got despair. So she's not happy. She's pretending to be happy. And we got the concern card here. Her family's concerned. Shoot. She might be concerned, okay, about her own situation, because this situation ain't good here. And she took a journey, okay, from the United States to Texas, from Texas to the UK to Scotland, okay? And then she went by plane. This is crazy. She's a missing person. How did she even get on a goddamn plane? Did she use some kind of, she had to use, I don't know. Normally, when you're going on a plane, there's some kind of system, right, that would say this is a missing person. Okay, I'm just thinking, or unless she used another name. And then her family gets a message from her, cryptid, and she's with a married man. He's married to this other girl. It's bizarre. This is giving me trafficking vibes, my friend. Trafficking. Let's get one more card on her whole situation. Do I believe that something happened to her in her home? Yes. And the home card is definitely going to come out. Because that's what I was picking up before I even got this. I'm like, this girl, something happened in her home. Okay. Now, these kind of men, they, how can I say it? They know how to manipulate. They know what kind of women to look for. You ever notice that people that get abused, physically, sexually, I can't say that word, but yes, that way, they predators know. It's like they have a radar. Okay. Can somebody? Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like he promised her things, and it wasn't what she was promised. Okay. So if I'm looking at this as a psychic or a concerned citizen or whatever, I would say that this girl, and people are laughing about it because it is kind of funny, but in a way, it's not funny. I mean, for them to say they're like, this is their land, um, and then I seen that video where that they were served, um, but she's in despair. That's what I'm saying. Why hasn't Interpol got involved? This is bizarre, you guys. This is bizarre. And I've seen cases where people have been trafficked and been sold to families. And they sign a contract. And this message card is very interesting because this message card is if you look on this message card, it's you see that? So this is a sealed letter, like a government letter, because she's an American citizen. So this was a sealed letter from the United States government or something like that. So I feel like predators have like this radar for some reason. They have this radar. Now, how did they meet? Because I don't know if she had a job and they met through a job. Let's see if we can get some more on this information on this. Just like Amy Bradley. Yeah, but Amy Bradley, they don't even know where Amy Bradley is. She's with the cult. She's with Scientology. Okay, I believe she's with Scientology. But this is not a cult because if you think of a cult, you think of, well, you can think of less than, there's 3 people. So you can say it's a cult. But normally when you think of a cult or a covenant is more than 12 people, right? And there's 3 of them in this marriage. But it's not a fair marriage, my friend. And I feel like they're just using this girl. Give me a card. Okay, so her family is concerned. The message of concern. Okay. That's where I'm trying to go, Jada. That's where I'm trying to go. Just stay with me. I'm getting there. Jen, is this like a church? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because she said that she was a church, but there's 3 of them out there. But when you look at the number 33, 33 is hidden knowledge. 33 is occultism. Occult. So is this a cult? Yes. But why just 3 of them out there? Is there a cult hiding behind this? And there's a building. If you look at this building behind this marriage card, look at this building. In this building card, there's like, it kind of reminds me of a crack. in the very foundation. So the church is here. The building is here. Okay. He could be a part of a fraternal order for sure. Masonic order, yes. But if he's an opera singer and he has money, why is he living in the woods? Why draw that attention? Doesn't make sense. Um, I think if they stay on that man's energy and that woman's energy, they will get to the truth. But she's not happy because the reason why I say she's not happy is look at this card. She's in despair. Sorrow. Despair is sorrow, my friends. Okay? So I feel like she has been let down a lot in her life. And I do believe that something did happen to her in home. Okay? Um, I definitely feel that. And that's what I was getting. I don't know what kind of family member did this to her. Maybe we can see. Um, I definitely feel like it's a male energy. It could be a female. Shoot. There's predators in the family that are male and female. Give me a card on her home life. She has no social media to communicate with loved ones. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This girl, she was isolated. I feel like she was isolated, my friends. She was isolated from the world. But the world is, all eyes are on her. Like she's isolated from the world, but the world's watching. It's bizarre. Okay. Now, that police card wanted to come out, so that's telling me something there. That police card. Okay. This is sad. Her home life. Coffin. So her home life, coffin, so it means the end or beginning. So this is very interesting. So there's something that she wanted to end in her home life. And she wanted a new beginning. Now there's a whole bunch of ages out here. This event could have happened to her. Where she was assaulted. She could have been assaulted in a church. It could have been a church member that did this to her. But she says family. She says family. Let's go on. She says family, and her family says she was into the church. Was it somebody in the church, or was it an actual family member that touched this girl? Ooh. This came in the reverse. Let me shuffle this again. That came in the reverse. Yes, the FBI should get involved. This man keeps okay. So I'm going to pull this energy now. I think they, Jada, they have gotten involved with this. The FBI. I think they're like briefed on this. And there was some kind of communication from the American embassy because this letter came from the government. I asked who abused this girl. This was somebody in authority. Okay. Somebody in authority. I don't want to keep shuffling. Okay. So this would be a man's energy. I feel like a man and her. And there's a church here. And she would be the child. And this would be a mature man. So who does she have a child to? Okay, so this is a child's energy coming out. So she definitely has a child, one child. But there's a mature man that touched this girl. And this mature man is crossing this church card, this coffin card. I don't know why I'm saying church. It could be church, yes. And the reason why I say it could be church, but I want to see if the family card comes out. Okay, so who is her child to? Because that is the question the FBI should be asking. Who is her child to? Has the family said, they said she lived a sheltered life? If she lived a sheltered life, who is her child to? Is her child to somebody in her own family? Is her child to a mature man in the church? That's the questions the FBI needs to be asking. Who is her child? So the child she birthed, who's the baby father? Who's the baby dad? Because this is an older man. She's 21. So who is this mature man? So she's telling the truth. I'm going to pull more cards on this. Give me more on this mature man. If that child card comes out again, that's where the FBI needs to find out who that baby dad is, the baby father is. Because that would be quite interesting. And what are the family hiding? And she was in the wooded area. Look at this. She was in the wooded area. The devil card, she's being manipulated. She's definitely being manipulated. She was manipulated by the guy, the black guy and the king, the bum. And she's being manipulated. She was manipulated by this mature man that took advantage of her. And it's an older man. And they said she lived a sheltered life and she was into the church. So my question is, if this child card comes out of this goddamn deck, my friends, you guys know I'm passionate about what I do. Then they need to ask who the baby father is, because that's where that will be quite interesting. That will be quite interesting. And there's ages out here that this abuse could have happened in her home. And I don't even want to say some of the ages. And the ages could be how long this has been going on in her home. It could have been going on for a couple years. You know, you go to the church, you have these sickmos, but the child card is behind the mature man. So is the man of her child this older man? That's where, if I was the FBI, I would go in that direction. Because then you would know how you can really get to her, because obviously this girl has been through some trauma. Okay? And it's not, to me, not funny, because this girl is being manipulated by the guy that did this to her in her own goddamn home. Okay? I want to know if the family knows. That's the question we need to ask. Does the family know that this happens to her? I'm pretty sure that the answer that's going to be yes. Flip these cards, ancestors. Flip these cards. Does the family know about her being touched? Okay. Quite interesting. Yes, yes, yes. The family has secrets, my friends. Her family. And I'm not coming after her family. I'm trying to get her help. And how they can get to the bottom of this. So we got the Two of Cups here. Okay. And we went from the Two of Cups to the Three of Cups. Yeah, somebody says it started at home, then the church. Let's see. So, okay, so love. So this older man offered her love. So we're going to her past to understand the present. And you have to go to the past to understand the present with this situation. Okay? With a lot of situations. But with this situation, we got to go to the past to understand the present. In the future. Okay? Because everything's playing out at once. Okay? So this older man offered her love. What the hell? Okay? So this older man offered her love. But with the devil card there, she was being manipulated. Okay? So this older man had addictions. Okay? Pedo. Okay, pedo. Unfilled. Okay, so love, attraction is supposed to be mutual attraction. I don't think there's nothing mutual about this, my friends. And especially if that was her first time, I don't know. But marriage proposal, maybe he said he's going to marry this girl, got her pregnant, and it didn't fall through. And maybe she fell in love with her perpetrator. Some victims fall in love with their perpetrators. And he made her promises. Okay, but the family knows. Okay, so you have to be transparent, you have to be honest, so this girl can get help. Okay, so also with this friendship, collaboration, creativity, friendship, community, happiness, celebration. So this is somebody that was in her community, and there's this energy of feminine energy. Okay, so, and it's interesting that this man, this older man too, is a part of fraternal order. Okay, and the reason why I say that is because of his clothing right here. Look at this. Okay, and then she's wearing like that white, that purity. Okay, it's kind of like in that Roman. So you think of like getting somebody that's pure here. Okay. Um, what else do we need to know? So the family definitely knows. They definitely know, but I would wonder who the baby daddy is. And I don't know if they're getting money because that money card wanted to come out. So here you go, the trafficking. This is my trafficking card. Toil labor. So is this girl being trafficked? Yes, my friends. And the sense of trafficking is like you know how somebody's a victim and they say Stockholm syndrome. So toil and labor. So she's the one that's doing everything for them. It's crazy. It's like she's their slave. Okay. And I wonder who her baby father is. Does anybody know anything about her baby father? And the devil card also means she's living in fear. Cannot make this up. She's living in fear, domination, bondage, being caged by a overabundance of luxury. Okay. Distracted should be used in personal. Okay, so she's depressed and she's feeling trapped. And that toil and labor card came out, and what the other card that came out that bothers me. Oh man, this is crazy. The other card that came out is that desperate card, because desperate is like, despair. I'm sorry, despair card. That's what I was trying to get to, Jada. I was going to see if I'm getting any money cards. That's what I'm trying to get, if I'm getting money cards. Because then that tell you if she was sold. Okay, I'm just for entertainment. No, this is not for entertainment purposes. I'm not saying entertainment purposes, because this shit is not for entertainment purposes. But the family might try to come after me and sue me. I'm trying to help them. But they need to get real and tell this girl's story, because obviously somebody touched her. And this was a mature man that she was entrusted with. Okay? With all these books behind him. And the family knew. Because I'm asking if the family knew. The card is yes. So is she in some kind of trafficking? Yes, this is trafficking. When I get the toil and labor card, this means trafficking for me. Because toil and labor is like you're in toil and labor. She's the slave. She's the one that's being trafficked. And did that happen to her at home? Yes. And now she's out here with this crazy man and crazy woman. And they're taking advantage of her. And she was sending encrypted message. So I believe this girl wants help, but she's acting like she don't need help. Okay, it's crazy. The girl I'm talking about is I hope I'm saying her name right, you guys. Kaura Taylor. Is the family involved in hoodoo? I don't know. I'm not getting that vibes. But who knows? Church people do hoodoo all the time. But if we get that energy, I'll say it. But I'm not getting that vibes. But She's depressed. She's feeling trapped. She's having negative thoughts and lack of control over her choices. I don't know where she's at. The last time we seen her, she was in Scotland. They literally came in the woods, and they took their tent down, and they took the tent down. They took the tent down, and they took, I think, him to jail. Um, the main male, the cultist guy, and it's not funny, but they took him to jail. But they're saying he's an opera singer. So, and they're living in the woods. Okay, they're living in the woods, but they're not living in the woods. And I was reading some of the comments. People were like, "Oh, they're gonna be out." Like people were making fun of this. People were like, "Oh, they're gonna be. Oh, when wintertime comes, I don't feel sorry for the man or the wife. I feel sorry for her." And people are saying when it gets cold, they have to come inside. They have to come. They have to come inside somewhere. Okay. Um, and I don't know if he's an opera singer or not. I don't know if he lost his job. Okay, and something in his mental. Okay, but I don't feel like he has a mental illness. Like, is he doing witchcraft? I don't. Yes, and the reason why I'm saying yes, I'm going to say yes, is because the way she's grabbing her head. I heard of this before, but before I knew anything, I felt she was forced there. So, okay, I don't believe she was forced. I believe she went, but we can keep going with this energy. She said in a video her mom gave her to a man that raised her, abused her, and her family knew. Yes. Wow, that makes so much sense. So did the man sell her? Because I'm getting trafficking vibes. He's a failed businessman. Damn. Come through, JR. Come through. So this will make sense. And how long has she been with this man? This is an older man. So my question is, who is her child to? Her child has to be from this older man. I never seen the story. Yes, you should look into this story. And I'm trying not to laugh because it's not funny. It's disturbing. And the reason why I say it's disturbing because this could be anybody's child. And I was reading the comments and people were laughing at it. Um, and if you think about it, she's really, there's something mentally going on there because she was with this older man before. So I believe this older man is her child's father. And the family knows. Yes, her voice is very shaky. JR, even look at the pictures, JR. They're disturbing for me to look at. And I've seen so much stuff in my life. But if you look at her, she never makes eye contact with this man. She's always sitting on the ground. She's always bowing down, like she's a slave, like she's a servitude. So was there some kind of contracts? Was she sold to this other man? I don't know why the mother gave her, because the older man made promises to her daughter, and the older man is the kid's father. So where is her child? If that older man has that child, then that older man, because that child card came out after that mature man. So if that older man has custody of her child, then that's where the FBI need to go, because she's not lying. And this is my trafficking card. Anytime I get this card, it's trafficking. Like Adriana Jones from Ghana. This is my trafficking card, friends. Anytime I pull this card, it says toil and labor. But the reason why I say this is my trafficking card, let me explain why. These are children, right? This child right here has the light on this child, right? Toil labor means you have to work. You have to put in work. Whatever the work is, you have to put in as far as being trafficked, right? But these kids back here, they fade away. They're just a memory, right? But this one is in the spotlight, okay? So this is my trafficking card. So she was definitely with an older man, and she definitely had a child to this older man. So they need to find out who this older man is, and if that child is with that older man, because if that child is with that older man, and the mother, if we get any other cards out here with human trafficking, this is crazy. They took the baby from her in Scotland. Wow. So where's the baby at now? Let me put all these cards together. I'm using this. Hold on. Let me see if I can see where the baby is now. And a mother is not the mother. They live for their children. They took the baby in Scotland. Oh man. So nobody protected her when she was being touched. They have to take the baby from that. Yes, they do, but they also need to get the mom some help because she's not lying. She was being. She did. The abuse did happen to her. Okay, gift. Okay, gift for the child. The child is the gift. I'm getting a wealthy man here at the bottom. Let's keep going on. Keep going with this reading. If we get mature man, where's the child at? The child, her child. Okay, is the child in foster care? And they have, I don't know in Scotland if they wear these wigs, but the UK they do. So they have some kind of like paperwork on her. So she's not going to be able to get the child back like she thinks she is. They might even say this girl's mentally ill. This is sad. So sad. They're concerned for the child. And they should be. They need to be concerned for the mother too, but and you could tell if you look in all the pictures, she's bowing down to him. It's so disturbing. Give me more on the child. So they're concerned about the child. Something in the courts. What else I need to see about the child? I don't know in Scotland if they wear these wigs. This wealthy man keeps wanting to come out. This man, he wants to pop out. That man wants to pop out. If it's meant to be, he'll come out. If that wealthy man comes out, a mature man, pull a card on Interpol. Okay, hold on. We'll pull a card on Interpol. And this is for entertainment purposes. So theft. So we have gift. The child's a gift. They're concerned about the child. And the child has a record in this. So this would be like child CPS, legal, and theft. So gift concern. So they're concerned about the child. The child is the gift. There is legal proceedings she would have to go through and legal documents. The father of the baby should have came forth. That's what I'm saying. Somebody says the father of the baby should have came forth. The baby spent her first birthday in a foreign country with strangers. That's what I'm saying. The father was a mature man. That's what I'm asking. Who's that baby father? That's who Interpol in the United States because she's an American citizen. So United States needs to be asking those questions. Who is the father of that child? And I got theft here. So did she go to jail for stealing something? Like, did she go into the city of Scotland and like steal something? The mom, Kaura Taylor, and there's expectations on her. So they have a record of her with her. Okay, so they have two. This guy's hand. There's two documents. So one document would be some kind of theft. Did she go in Scotland in the city of Scotland and steal something? Why would she have to do that? If she's with this woman and man, the king, why isn't she being provided for? And why am I getting theft out here? And then I have expectations, and there goes the toil and labor, and there goes that man. If I get this child card, you guys, I'm going to stop this read right here. I don't think she has no money, you guys. I'm going to stop this read right here. If I get the child card, I'm done. That's what I'm saying, Jada. She might have been sold. And I said, why am I being led to this girl? I wasn't even going to do this read on her. After the kids were taken, both the men and women were sent to prison, not sure why. There's theft here. So why would they have to steal? And he's what, an opera singer? And this mature man he keeps coming out, and I'm talking about her child. Now, if that child card comes out, baby, if this child card comes out, I'm done. When I tell you I'm done, I'm just done. I'm done. They said he's a danger to children. Um, you talking about the king? They call the king. I'm gonna call him the bum. The bum. And his energy, yes, him. If this child card flips out, when I tell you, there goes that wealthy man. So this mature man is a wealthy man. What? Okay, let me keep going. You guys, there's more to this story. I'm just peeling back layers. Layers. Hold on, I can't. I can't breathe. I cannot breathe. Okay, so the mature man that had expectations on her. This is giving me trafficking vibes. They must know more than they are telling. Yes, I need to pull a card on Interpol in the United States. There's something going on here, my friends. And I gotta say for entertainment purposes. So this mature man that was touching her had expectations from her. I'm not talking about that African guy. I'm talking about the man that I believe she had a child with. Okay, let me see if we get the child card. Let's keep going. Okay, pathway keeps coming out. So her pathway is clear. Give me another card. I think I need to pull from another deck. And they were in the woods. There goes that guy she's with. Okay, there's more to this story, you guys. Okay, let me keep going. This is crazy. Okay, there goes this officer. So the police know. Yes, the church should be on alert. And the family, they need to tell the truth. because this girl was not lying. She was this is trafficking vibes. But they reported her missing. Somebody says this reminds me of a missing 11-year-old in Brooklyn, New York. The mom played crazy and said she never had a child. Oh yes, I remember that. And the child grew up and she was sold. I think she was sold to politicians. And people think her story is crazy, but she's telling the truth. I never did a read on that girl. I always wanted to. But she's not lying. The mom is lying. You guys, I didn't know I was gonna get this. This girl was sold. This is giving me trafficking vibes. And people are making fun of her. Um this is my traffic card. You guys know that, right? Jacob Pitrick. Okay. All right. So, whew. And you know what's so crazy? How is this girl surviving? Okay. I didn't get no money cards. I didn't get no money cards that came out in my read. So I think there might be theft charges here because there's no money cards. But he was an opera singer, the black guy. He's showing up in my read. So he knows about her being with this older man. Look at this. So she says, if you read in the report that she gave to the newspapers, I think it was the New York Post. Let me go to it. She says in the New York Post that she left her family. This net. Hold on, let me go. She said that she left her family because somebody was, you know, abusing her. You know what I'm talking about, right? And they were because the card came out. Yes, the family knows, and they said that her life was sheltered. She was in the church. Okay, so that they're trying to say she's naive. Okay, but how does that man that she wound up with know about the guy that she was with previously? So that's what I'm saying. This is giving me trafficking vibes. This is giving me trafficking vibes. I don't know if anybody has the reads on her. I don't know, okay, because I don't follow other people's pages, but I think they need to look into this more, okay. And I feel like there's some kind of theft charges. And she could have went in the city at night to take something, because if you look in this card, it's like nighttime, right? Somebody, Jada said that they think they sold her through the church. I don't know. I don't know because there's definitely expectations on her. There's definitely expectations on her, and there's definitely manipulation energy around her with the devil. Okay, and she's not happy. Okay, so she said the reason why she left Texas is because what was happening to her. Is she on drugs? I don't know. We're gonna put more energy on this, but I want to pull one more card, and then we'll go back to her story. You guys can see it on the New York Post. Family of missing Texas woman Kaura Taylor, who was found living with lost African tribe in Scotland. Growing concern breaks our hearts. And if you look at the pictures, they're so disturbing, my friends. It's like a slave. Okay, if you get what I'm saying here. Okay, trafficking, and this is what she says, which I find is very interesting. So let me go. You can read this on the New York Post. She says the reason why she left her family. Let me see if I can find it. Okay. Just okay. Distraught relatives discovered the 20-year old. Okay, listen to this. The relatives of her family, discovered the 21-year-old secret life only after she disappeared and left them a cryptic message, saying she and her daughter had to get out and explore a little bit, right? Um, okay, she revealed her niece's childhood was very sheltered and protected. So they're trying to say she was very sheltered, she was very protective. She was brought up in the church, but not their religion. So what does she mean by not their religion? Oh, so she's saying that like not their religion, like the African religion, okay? It is hogwash. It is hogwash. So then you go down farther. Her classmate is the one that discovered her in Scotland, okay? Um, because of the pictures they were showing, the news people, because they would never know where this girl was at, okay? And then if you go down more, you see her bowing down to this man, okay? But and then you see her bowing down like this, and she's not making no kind of eye contact. It's giving me trafficking vibes, my friends. And then the single mother began talking with King. That's the African guy, okay? Whose real name is Coffee. He's an opera singer from Guyana, and his wife is the mother of his mother of seven. Now is the queen. So they have, between the king and queen, they have seven children. Okay. Um, Taylor, okay, the girl we're talking about, who serves the queen, Nada, as a handsmaid, claims she escaped Texas because of her abusive family. And the abuse that I'm picking up is she says, yes, I'm very happy with my king and queen. I was never missing. I fled a very abusive, toxic family who abused me, the S word, since I was a child. So you don't go missing to abusers. Taylor said in a Facebook post on August 20th. So she's saying her family abused her. Let me read this again. She said, this is what Kaura Taylor says, okay? I'm going to say Taylor, okay? She says, I fled a very abusive, toxic family who abused me since I was a child, so you don't go missing to your abusers. Taylor said in a Facebook post on August 20th. And there's a picture of her and her mom. I was picking up some kind of like, and this could be her like this descendants I'm picking up. So you got to go to the past to understand the future, okay? And then there's a picture of her mom when she graduated. Her mom kind of looks slow, okay, for entertainment purposes. But her auntie, okay. Man, this is crazy. And then there's a picture of her with her eyes closed and she's holding a Bible. And you gotta pay attention to the body language, okay? Um, and I worked on a lot of missing cases on my channel I'm a psychic, but since I've been on this YouTube thing, and all these pictures are disturbing. Okay, so there's one picture of her bowing down, and there's no eye contact. Like she has no eye contact with him. Okay, um, all the pictures is she can't make eye contact with him. So she was told not to make eye contact with him. I think the FBI needs to go back, and she's sitting on the ground while him and the king and queen is sitting on chairs, and they're living in the tents in the woods in Scotland. And the Scotlands that came in, and the people that own the land did a trespassing. Like, you need to get off my land. So they dragged them out. They took the tents out. The Scotland Border Council said it has been working with police of Scotland to manage Taylor and the tribe's ongoing situation. But, okay, Taylor's family hopes she returns to Texas where her 6-month visa expires in November. This has included the advice and information about housing options and other support services. So my thing is, that's what I'm saying. She needs support services because she was running from something, my friends. Okay. Um, and I believe, and I was getting this before I even pulled the energy. Okay, what she was saying was true. And then I have a money card here because I wasn't getting no money cards. Unexpected income. I wasn't getting no money cards. And normally when you see trafficking, you see some kind of transaction. So let's keep pulling on this energy. Oh man. So I think this girl is in a form of trafficking. Did they give her drugs? I don't know. I don't know, but change is happening for her. Um, and they've relocated her, so this makes sense with this change card. So change is definitely occurring for her. So they might move somewhere else. And if they're going to help her, I feel like the time is now. Okay? Before they go somewhere else and they can't help this girl. Okay? They might be moving to a house. How are they surviving? Like, how are they living? They're saying that the king is an opera singer. Like, how are they living? Like, I'm just confused here. The child here. Okay? Her energy's here. So he has her and her child, but they got the child. So they saved the child and not the mom. And there goes that stolen labor card. I think this is a trafficking case. I hope I'm wrong, but I truly feel like this is a trafficking case, my friends. And they might relocate to a house so she can get this child back. But the problem is, if she gets this child back, the child's going to go through the same thing the mother's going through. This ain't good, my friends. Let's see what else we get. So there's definitely change going to be happening with her. Okay, definitely change in her circumstances. This one gnat won't die. Okay, somebody engineered this damn gnat, and it needs to die. I put water out, all kinds of stuff. And I have his cat food, but he has the dry food, not the wet food out in my room. Yes, Jen, I'm scared of that baby. Oh shoot. Why don't I ever get any good reads? And I'm not just meaning this to be like to be funny or nothing, but they might be going somewhere where it's another desert or another wooded area. And that devil card is there. I gotta be careful. And these are real glass. My friend. Yeah, so Jess, I'm scared of that baby. Yeah, because the thing is, like, they saved the child, but they didn't save the mom. But they're going to be going somewhere else. Okay, so they're with the change card. I also say it's a chariot card because it's a car, right? A car moves, right? So there's change and movement. Okay, because it's a car. Car is a chariot, right? It takes you to another place. And she's the main female in my reading. And then the house card is here. And then the toil and labor, that's my trafficking card, my friends. Will the mom come back to America with the baby? I don't know. That's why I'm trying to pick up this energy, JR. Because the baby was taken from her. So she has a decision to make, but if she has like Stockholm syndrome, it's going to be hard because he might be like, oh, you need to stay with me. So what's she going to do? Just give her child away? So is she going to be strong enough to say, no, I'm leaving, I'm going to go get my child, and I'm going back to America? This is giving me trafficking vibes. I'm like, why can't I ever get a good reading? positive reading, seriously. But the things I talk about is crimes. So I'm laying these cards out on top of each other. And the card that I'm laying on top of her was the toil and labor. So this is trafficking here. Okay. So I believe she's a trafficking victim. Okay. Because if you go over, so this is international human trafficking. Because once you leave American soil as American citizen, you can charge somebody, the king, for trafficking. They're making money from the YouTube videos. That makes sense. That's why they went on the YouTube. Because my thing is, they're so stupid. Think about it. Why would he want to be exposed with her, knowing she's a missing in the database for a missing woman in the United States of America? Okay. So that makes sense that they're making money off of YouTube. So nobody should support their YouTube channel. But the thing is, I feel like we're looking at a human trafficking case. And the reason why I say this is because that toil and labor card and the expectations card that came out on her. Okay. But there's change happening for her and her child. Let's see. There's secrets. I told you there's more to her story. That's what I truly believe. Okay. Let me see. Look at the photos, you guys. Look at the photos. The photos alone are disturbing. Okay. Perversion. Okay. This gives me stalking type vibes, watching type vibes. Ooh. The whole damn deck fell. Okay. Yes, Interpol needs to get involved. Because if Interpol really looked at this case, she's an American citizen, so the United States needs to get involved. But she's a black girl, and they think she's doing some kind of, they even think that man's doing some kind of witchcraft. Okay? So they're probably like, you know what I mean? But if she was a Caucasian girl, okay, and you know how it works, okay? But this is sad. Because there is white girls that go through the same thing. So we can't use race in the equation, but I'm just saying, like, this is disturbing, okay? The pictures are disturbing, okay? If anybody's looking at this, and as I've did so many human trafficking cases as a psychic, it disturbed me, okay? It disturbed my spirit, okay? And there's more to this girl's story, okay? Was she lured out? And obviously she was lured out, okay? Was she with an older man before this man that she's with now? Yes, she was. So her story needs to be told. And she said that she was abused in her home, and she was abused she said the S word, okay? Yeah, somebody's saying, yeah, because they said that she was going to church, they're trying to say she's naive, okay? I don't think this girl's naive. I think she's smart. And the reason why I say this is because she sent cryptic messages, okay? So there's some kind of intelligence there. But you know how they have to downplay it, like she's naive, okay? So they can take off the spotlight on them as a parent. But she was legally adult. But her maturity, right? I don't know her maturity level, okay? I'm just saying, but this is giving me trafficking vibes. Okay? All right, I've been on here for a long time, you guys. Let me pull one more card on this, and then I'm going to end this. Thank you guys for joining me. This is the energy that I'm getting on her. Okay. What else do I need to know? Ancestors. What else do I need to know for Miss Taylor before I end this live? What do we need to know? Yes, I believe she is scared, Jada. She's in sorrow. Male. So the male. See, this male is going to keep offering his love to her. Look at this. This male is going to keep offering his love to her. Can't make this up. And she's in goddamn regret. She's in regret. But he's going to keep offering that love to her. Maybe because he don't want to go to jail. But his ass needs to go to jail. And this card came out. I'm going to say healing. She needs healing. She needs her truth to be told. Okay. One more card. Ancestors. So he's going to keep offering his love. Because he don't want her coming back telling the secrets. She's trapped, my friends. I told you. I told you. This girl is trapped. So is she psychologically trapped? Yes. Okay, how does the wife feel about her? How does the wife feel about her? How does the queen my ass, bums, how does she feel about Miss Tiller? How does the wife feel about Miss Tiller? Ancestors. Mountain. Yeah, the wife is in on it. Mountain. So we got mountain. So mountain could mean, mountain to me is like a mountainous area, but could be a uphill battle. Okay, like you know how you're climbing the hill. Okay, mountain. So let's get more. How does a wife feel? So we got mountain was the first thing. Okay, mountain. Normally when you think of mountain, you think about hiking, right? And you got to go up that hill. Okay, how's the wife feel about her? Miss Tiller. Damn. These cards. There's a card down here I didn't even see. Oh shoot. Let me shuffle this again. Because I don't want to speak that into existence. The tongue is a sword. You gotta be careful. So I be careful what I bring out. How does the wife feel? So we know mountain, missing. She knows she's a missing. The wife knows she's missing. Okay, the wife, mountain, missing. Give me one more card on the wife's energy towards Miss Tiller. And then I want to put one on Liverpool and then the United States. Mind control. So the wife is doing MK. Well, I can't say MK because MK is going down a whole different level, right? So the wife is controlling her mentally. Okay. Another card on the wife. Another card on the wife. Is this a trafficking ring from the United States? They got her overseas by plane. Yes, they got her. That's what I'm saying. How did she get on that plane? The wife was accomplice. So the wife was in on it with the husband. And they're doing, this is mind control. So we can't really say MK because MK, that's on some deep stuff, okay? But are they manipulating her mentally? Yes. Okay, the wife is on, the wife, the king and the queen are involved in this. Okay, so they're controlling her. Okay, they might even go somewhere where there's mountains. So the wife is accomplice. So what is the United States? No, they're trash one and trash two. Yes. I didn't get. Somebody says, how does? Okay, so how does Miss Taylor feel about them? How does she feel about the wife? How does Miss Taylor feel about the wife? Oh, man. How does Miss Taylor feel about the wife? Why are all these cards coming out? It's weird. How does Miss Taylor feel about the wife? Yeah, how does Kaura Taylor feel about her, the wife? fire. So she feels like she's fire, passionate. How does the man feel about... Shoot. So she feels like she's fire, like passionate. She brings that fire, like she has that fire, that authoritative fire. So how does the husband feel? Trash, yeah, trash one. About Kaura Taylor. Damn, why are these cards coming out? This is weird. Very weird. This is like... Okay, social media. And he feels like she owes him a debt. And maybe he feels like she owes him a debt because he's taking care of her. And he's following social media, my friends. So he's not stupid either. He's watching what people are commenting and saying. He's watching it and he's reading it, okay? What's the future for her? What's the future outcome for her? And I shouldn't be using this deck. Oh my gosh. This card key wants to come out. I don't want to say this energy. I don't want to say it, my friends. What's the future energy? Oh my God. You guys, this card flipped out and it wanted to come out 3 times. I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to show you. I said, what is the future energy? If she doesn't get help, I'm going to say if she doesn't get help, okay? The future energy is this. It's not good, my friends. It's not good. Yes, this is trafficking, okay? How does the United States about this case, about Miss Taylor, how they feel about Miss Taylor, the United States? They had a meeting about this. How does Liverpool feel about Miss Taylor? So the United States did have a meeting about this. Okay, they did have a meeting. But she's a United States citizen. And it's on national news. I mean, it's on the New York Post, okay? How does Liverpool feel about Miss Taylor? How does Liverpool feel about Miss Taylor? Power supply. So when I get power supplies, power supply is like energy. So her energy. Give me a clarification card, ancestors. Liverpool, feel about Miss Taylor. Power supply is like my energy card, right? Something with tunnels. This is giving me trafficking vibes, my friends. Family. So Liverpool is worried about the child, the whole situation. Okay. The United States has had a meeting. Okay. And I feel like with that power supply, they're getting a feel of the energy, like what is really going on. Okay. Because you have these people come over here and they said that this is their land. It's bizarre. Okay. I pray that this girl does not do that. But it's here. So when we get this card too, this is why I said this girl's not happy. Okay. She can put on a show all she wants. She's not happy. her energy's trapped. And she needs healing, the ancestors said. And she's in regrets. And he's going to try to, they have gotten her mind. They have gotten into her mind. And he's going to keep offering his love to her because he don't want her to come out with his secrets. So if this perversion card, he's also watching her. Okay. Now, I don't know if he's out of jail because they arrested them and I'm pretty sure they let them out. Okay. It's bizarre. Okay. But there's change for them coming. And her visa is up in November. Okay. I'm going to split this deck. Give me one more card on her future. And he sings. That's what they say. He's an opera singer. One more card on her future. What's her future looking like, my friends? These people are evil. This is a lot of cards. These people are evil. They have to catch the right away. Yes. So what does her future look like? I got inside. Inside. And I got couple. And I got travel. So they're going to go travel. And we got that before. Is she staying with this couple? She might decide yes. And we got that before. And they might go inside somewhere. And there you go. The trap energy. This girl's trapped. Okay. There's a debt. Okay. There's a debt. There's some kind of debt here. And she's not getting no money. So she's surviving on them. Yeah, they might move her. That's what I was getting. There you go. You guys see me split this deck. You see me split that, guys. You see me split the deck. Let me shuffle and split the deck again. If that energy comes out one more time, I'm going to end this, you guys. I've been on here for a really long time. So her situation, don't look at her situation like she wants to be there, because that's not true. Okay? She does not want to be there, my friends. Okay? That's the energy I was getting. Sorry my videos are so long. Miss Jen, can I please get a message from my mother? She passed away. Okay, so yes, I will. Hold on. Okay, so what was the question I just asked? Her future. Her future. I'm sorry about your mother, Miss Lee. Oh man. Miss Jen, can I please get a message from my mother? She just passed. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I got drugs and poison again. So I don't know if this girl's being drugged and poisoned. Okay. And home. So there's two outcomes here. There goes that trap energy. This girl's trapped. Okay. I pray she gets out of it. What's a message? Let's see if we can get a message from your mother. Miss Lee. She's very strong in spirit. She's saying she has ascendants. Whew. She's saying it was her time to go. She's saying she did not want to go, but it was her time to go. She's saying she will be with you in spirit. She's showing me her heart, that she loves you, and it was her time to ascend. She has transcended and ascended. She's saying she will always be around you. I got the chills. She's here. Oh my God. Whew. She's showing me how she crossed over. Ooh, I got chills. I got chills. She just crossed. Oh my God. She says, I thank you. I miss her so much. She had a cancer and chemo, and it threw her into cardiac arrest. Yeah, she showed me her heart. Is your dad alive? Because I'm seeing an older man here. Miss Lee, is your father alive? Or your father already transcended and ascended? I actually seen her go out her side of her physical body. Yes, they're together. Okay. Like I seen her, like her heart stopped. I got the chills, you guys. Her heart stopped, and it's like she just went out her body. It was quick and fast. And it was her time to go, she said. Okay? And she said she loves you and she's with your father. Okay? You guys, when I was doing that, I got chills. Okay? Yes, rest her soul, okay? And I actually seen how she left her physical body, okay? This stuff I do, you guys, is not for entertainment purposes. This is some real stuff, okay? I'm sorry, Miss Lee, that you are going through this. He crossed her over. He was there waiting for her. And she said she loves you, but it was her time to go. They're always around us, and she's with your dad, okay? Because your dad came forward when I seen her go outside her physical, but I seen like she was cold, and then I seen her heart, and then her heart just stopped. Okay? All right, you guys. I send my condolence, Miss Lee. I send my condolence. Wow. I send my condolence, and I'm sorry for your loss. I knew she would come through to you. You feel her with me all the time. Yeah, she's around you. Okay? And she showed me her crossing. Okay? All right? All right, you guys. Thank you so much. I send my condolence and my love to you guys all. Thank you so much. Yes, we have to fight for those that don't have a voice. Okay, you guys? All right, thank you. I send my condolence, my love to all you guys. This is Jennifer Felix Readings. Thank you guys so much, okay? All right, see you guys. Bye.